Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. You're here today with me for my December planner setup video. My video is quite long today, but it is divided up into 4 sections for your viewing pleasure. There are 3 how-tos. One is creating a pocket out of acetate, one is for creating a sticker envelope out of a piece of cardstock, and one is how to use the free Cocoa Daisy printables on your planner pages. The 4th segment at the end is a flip through of my completed planner, along with a look at some of the accessories that I'm going to use this month. So yeah, there you go. That is all of the things. If you look down the description box below, you'll see timestamps for each of the 4 segments. So you can watch the ones that interest you, skip the ones that don't. Feel free to watch the whole thing if you're feeling bored one day. And if you have any comments or questions at all below, please leave them down below in the comment area. Man, you guys, it is Monday afternoon and my brain is just dead. Uh, at any rate, feel free to leave questions or comments and I will answer them the best I can. And I hope you're having a good December. If you celebrate a holiday this month, happy holidays. I hope you and your loved ones are safe and happy. And I will catch you next time. Bye. Hey guys, so for the first segment here in the video, I'm going to show you how to make a pocket out of the piece of acetate that comes in the Cocoa Daisy kit. So since I'm using A6 rings, the acetate size is actually pretty perfect. I'm using also the small laminating pouch and some pages from the notepad there. So I'm folding my acetate in half and I'm trying pretty hard to make sure that the edges there are really nice and straight. I don't want it to be kind of overlapped or crooked. And I'm getting the best crease that I can. Out of the edge. It's really hard, you know, acetate doesn't really want to fold all the way, but I'm getting the best crease I can. And right here, I'm trimming a little bit off to make sure that it fits in the laminating pouch with enough left over that the laminating pouch can seal around the edges. But I still wanted to make sure that I had enough width there for my note pages. And I think that that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically just put that piece of folded acetate right there in the pouch. Sorry, part of that is off camera. I'm getting it up to the edge, but I'm also trying to make sure the top and bottom edges have about the same amount of overhang. Like I said, you need to make sure there's enough there, probably 1/8 of an inch or maybe a little bit more, enough there to get a good seal, but not so much that you're going to have to trim any off later. Just checking to, I'm just like checking multiple times, being kind of obsessive about it. But you only get one shot to send it through the laminator, so you want to make sure it looks good. And once you get it, like, hold all the layers together tightly. Here I am trying to crease it a little bit more. And I've got the laminator right there next to me, and I'm going to go ahead right now and send that pouch through. This piece of acetate had gold on one side and then what looked like, I thought, copper on the other side. And so I folded it so that the gold was showing on the outside because a lot of the kit elements and my accessories also had gold. And so that's what I wanted to show there. I'm using, I think I'm using the 3mm setting. I think it's the 3mm setting. It didn't need to be any thicker than that. Turning that off. And then just sort of, again, sort of checking that seal. So since I'm using the small pouch, I don't need to do any trimming. But I am cutting off the top. And so what I'm doing is I know how tall my inserts are, and I'm cutting the top to match that height. And what's going to happen is I'm going to end up breaking the seal at the top. I'm trying to make up my mind what to do here. Oh, it looks like I'm trimming just a wee tiny bit of the laminate off there. Trying to make it nice and straight. There we go. And now I'm going to cut the whole thing to the same height as my inserts. And there you can see the opening, and I've created the pocket. And basically all there is to do now is punch the holes in your golden. Got my Rapesco hole puncher. It can be hard to go through all those layers. And then I'm going to tear off probably 10 or 15 sheets of the notepad. I love these notepads, but the pad itself doesn't really fit in my planner. So this is the solution that I came up with, was to make these little pockets. And they're pretty and they're functional, so that makes me happy. Pretty and functional is the name of the game here. I've already used probably 5 or 6 of those. So I will just slide those right down into that pocket. And then put that pocket in the rings of my planner. There's not much in there yet. There you go, just like that, done. If you have any questions, leave them down below, but that's pretty much it. It's easy peasy. Hey guys, okay, so for this segment, I am going to attempt to create a sticker envelope for my stickers. When I was using personal wide rings, they were big enough that I could store all of my sticker sheets in the back pocket of my ring binder. But now that I've moved into A6, the large sheets are definitely too big. And even the small sheets are too wide. I know it doesn't look like it, but once you account for the part where the rings stick out, there's just like maybe this much too narrow to store these. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is, last month I ended up leaving my stickers at home and then I just didn't use them as much. So what I want to do is have them always with my planner. So rather than just, I mean, I could just, you know, drop them in the bag, but you know, that's not fun. So I want to create an envelope that I can keep these in and then store the envelope in the planner pouch with my planner, so that whenever I want to lay down a sticker, I have them here and they're protected, not just in the bottom of my bag. So this is the first time that I am doing this. I have sort of an idea in my mind, and I mean, I think everybody kind of knows how an envelope looks and goes together. So I'm going to be doing this on the fly, and hopefully it's not going to be a comedy of errors. I need to make sure that the envelope is large enough to hold the largest sticker sheet and will still fit in my bag, which is fine. I'll allow just a little bit of clearance on each side, top and bottom, so that there's a little bit of room when the envelope is open, because I have there's quite a thickness of sheets, and I want to make sure that I have the clearance there to fit them all in. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, I've chosen this 12 by 12 cardstock. This is from the 12 by 12 memory keeping kit. It has this beautiful tree paper, and on the back side is this. And I think I want the trees to be on the outside, so I'm going to do all of my measuring and scoring and stuff on this side. First thing I need to do is actually cut off that strip. So let me do that right now before I start measuring things, or else that is not going to work very well. I'm just sort of imagining in my head, you know, this looking like, you know, like a letter envelope where the bottom folds up. Let me see, I want to make sure that I have the trees looking upward on the front. So where the bottom folds up, the sides fold in, and then the top folds down, and then I'll cut them at like a diagonal. So I'm going to kind of do this as I go on the fly, but I am going to put this about right here. And let's see, I have a 12-inch width, and the sticker sheet is almost 7 3/4. So I'll just call it 7 3/4. And if I leave a 1/4 inch for like an 1/8 inch on the left and an 1/8 inch on the right, that's going to give me 8 inches. And if this is 12 inches, that means I have 4 inches left over. So I should be able to cut that, split that in half, put 2 on the left. Let's see, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. And I'm going to mark the top and bottom also. My board, my scoreboard cutting board there has marks, but I'm just not convinced that everything is square. So I always like to do the markings. Okay, so that's where the fold will be in. And then I need to do the fold here. And I'm gonna go, I say about 3. That'll give me a nice big flap. Okay, I'm gonna say 3 inches up from the bottom. 6, 5, 4, 3. And then 3 inches up on the other side. 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay. And then the sticker sheet is about 5. So if I do 5 1/4, let me go 5 1/4 up from here. Actually, I think I'll go 5 1/2. I'm going to do 5 1/2. Up from that bottom. Then I think that's where my top will fold down. So this will be here, here, like this. I think that'll be enough space, because that was what, 3 inches? So if it comes up 3 inches, it'll be here. Oh yeah, that's gonna be plenty of overlap. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is get my cutting board, which also has a scoring. This is nice because it has the scoring, and it has this little scoring tool that fits right in here for storage. And I'm going to line up my marks on just any of the random scoring places, and then you just take the tool like that, and it makes a fold line, so it makes it really easy to fold. I'll do that one on the other side. Let's see. Just make sure the top, the little mark at the top and the mark at the bottom, I don't know if you can see, are both in the same scoring place. You don't want to accidentally go across. All right, and now I'll turn sideways and do this one. I'll use the edge here as a guide, and then I'll put this mark in like the nearest, there we go, the nearest scoring mark. There's that one. And then we'll turn around and do the other side. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now this makes it really easy to fold, like so. And you can use the edge of the scoring tool to get a nice sharp crease. Fold the other side. And then the left. And then this side. All right, so this is roughly the size of my envelope. And you see that will hold that perfectly. Now, so I don't want, when I fold this, I don't want this double thickness here. So I'm gonna cut out all the corners, all 4 of the corners, just with a pair of scissors here. That will eliminate that extra bulk right there. And I'm going to trim these also diagonally, so it doesn't really matter that this particular cut is perfect, just as long as it's basically getting that bulk out of the way. And this one. Okay, and I'll put these scraps over here. Okay, so okay, so it'll be like this. Now, I want to, if you look at like a regular, letter envelope, it's, angled here, and it's angled, here and here. I think what I'll do is I'll angle, how do I want to do this? I think I'll go from this point down to just about maybe a 1/4 inch up from the corner, and the same thing here and here. So I'm going to measure, let's see, I'm going to measure up a 1/4 inch and make a little mark. Hopefully I can see it against this pattern. Same thing here. Ooh, that's in a dark spot. And I will draw a line right to that corner, like that, and draw a line right to that corner. Okay. And then what I think I'll also do is go from this corner to this corner. Or actually, you know what, I think I'm going to come down a little bit, not all the way to the corner. I'm going to give, I think maybe a 1/2 inch of clearance there. That'll help me see, just help me be able to see what's inside the envelope a little bit easier. So about a 1/2 inch. Okay, so from that mark I just made, which I can barely see it, right to where those two edges meet. And then same here. From, ooh, where is that mark? Hello, Mark, where are you? Oh, there it is. Wow, it's really hard to see against this pattern. And then to right there. But I love this pattern. Okay, so I'm going to cut those 4 angles. Again, I'm just going to use scissors, nothing fancy here. Hopefully I can see my line. Yep. Just like that. It helps that pencil lead is kind of shiny in the light. You can kind of see it a little bit. And then here's the other one. Let's see, I'm trying to remember which part of this I was going to cut off. So hold on, one, that goes there. Nope. Hang on. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I had it upside down, and for a minute I was panicked. Okay. Oops. Okay, so then I'm going to cut that little bit off right there. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, Lord, come on. There we go. There we go. Okay, so there's the bottom of the envelope. Here's the top of the envelope. Oh, this is going to be perfect, you guys. I think I will round off the corners up here. I'm going to have to use my tiny baby corner rounder because I lost my large corner rounder. Now, you tell me how something this big gets lost in your house, but mine is just gone. I had to have taken it somewhere and then forgotten it. I don't know. But I'm going to round the corners of the top flap. So this is going to close like this, and let's make sure that everything fits in here nicely. I think that it will. Oh, that's gonna be perfect in my little bag. Let me get my planner pouch and make sure. Oh yes, that will slide in there just perfectly. Okay, so now we have the job of figuring out how this is gonna stay closed. I'm definitely going to glue this part down at some point. I'm just not doing it yet. And I could just shut this flap and put it in there like that, but I want something cute for it. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is use a snap. And I think I'm going to sew the snap to the paper, top and bottom, and get that snapped on, and then reinforce it with a little bit of hot glue so that it doesn't come apart when I pull the paper. And then what I want to do is I want to use one of the acrylic snowflakes that came in the kit and use that as, like, you know, the piece to pull to get the envelope open, because I think that is super duper cute. So what I've done is I've chosen this blue thread that is not really a perfect match, but I had all these other blues, and of course I have 0 green thread in my stash because of course not. But I do like this turquoise, and it does pull out some of these shades, so it's not completely off. And I'm going to sew the bottom of the snap here and the top of the snap here, and we're going to keep our fingers crossed that it actually works. So I want the snap has 2 pieces like this. I think I bought these 20 or 30 years ago when I was making some kind of a dress or something and I needed snaps, and I bought some snaps, and they've been just sitting in my sewing kit ever since. This is why we don't throw things away, kids. So the bottom part of the snap, that's this part that has the little piece that sticks up. I don't know if you can see it. And then the top part of the snap is this part that goes down over top of it and boom, snaps into place. So I'm going to sew the bottom snap onto here, and then the top snap hopefully right over top of it. And I need to sort of locate where the good spot will be for that so that it's not too close to the edge. I don't want it to completely tear up my paper. I do need to find the center. Let's do that first. The center of this little strip here. So this is about 4 inches. So right about where the 2-inch mark is. Let me put this on here again. So about right there. I think I can pull this down some, actually. I think the further away it is from the edge of the paper, the better. So I think I'll put it about right there. Let me get my needle threaded. And I'm going to fast forward you through this part, and when I'm done sewing, I will come back to you. Okay, so I've got both sides of the snap sewn on, and I checked in the middle there to make sure that the snaps were lined up, and they are. I thought for a quick second before I started sewing, I thought about just hot gluing the snap on, but then I was having visions of the glue like coming through these little holes and interfering with the snap mechanism, and I was like, forget it, I'll just sew it. So what I am going to do, though, is I'm going to put some hot glue over top of where both of the knots are on both sides. And hopefully that will sort of reinforce where I've poked holes through here and keep the string from unraveling. And when I do this one, I think I'm going to go ahead and glue my snowflake on. And I was thinking about whether or not I wanted to embellish this, like with with this maybe. That came in one of the memory keeping kits, I can't remember. Like that. Oh, I think that might be kind of cute, you guys. So actually, let me do that first. And I think I will, boy, do I want to put hot glue or regular glue? Hot glue will be faster, won't it? It'll also be a little messier, but maybe I can not make a huge mess here. What do you think? Oh my gosh, I think that will be adorable. Let's do regular glue for this. It might take a little bit of time to dry, but that's okay. I'm gonna fast forward you through this part too. Okay, so, this is glued now, but I need to let this dry. So I'm going to give this about 15 or 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and finish this off. I'll see you shortly. All right, you guys, I'm back. This border seems to be nice and dry, so I'm going to take my scissors and just trim the edges now. Whoa, those are maybe not the greatest scissors that I've got. Okay, there's that side. And that side. Oh, that's gonna be so cute. Okay, excuse me, good gracious. I am going to, while I have this open and this part is flat, I'm going to put this card, which came in the, oh my gosh, I don't know. You guys, I'm so bad at remembering what items come in what kit. I want to say these cards come with the pocket cards in the pocket memory keeping kit. I could be wrong, but that's what I want to say. So I'm going to put, I want this on the front here like this, and I'm going to take some of these other acrylic, plastic, whatever these are, snowflakes, and use them to decorate the front after everything is all done. So just while this is flat, that way I can kind of smooth this down. I've used some double-sided adhesive around the back here. Let me go ahead and, excuse me, tape that on. And let's see, so this is going to be the front, and I'm just sort of eyeballing the width here and height. I hope I get it somewhat close. Hope it's not too off looking. There we go. And I've got my hot glue gun heating up here. Just about ready. Let's see, okay, so I'm going to, like I said before, I'm going to put a little squeegee of hot glue here on that thread. And then I want, this is the largest snowflake, and I want to put that on, and I'm thinking if it's going to go right on top of there, it's got to go like that, because if it goes like that, it's going to interfere with those little palms. Okay, so the snowflake is going to be sort of the little decorative item that you can use to open the envelope, just like that. Give that a second to, oh my goodness, I don't know why all of a sudden my throat is full of gunk. Let me hold that down flat for a second. Let me unplug the hot glue gun. Oh no, actually, no, not unplug the hot glue gun. I'm still gonna need that. Never mind. Okay, so there's the top flap. Okay, so I need to attach this, and I'm thinking I'm going to use just some of this double-sided adhesive. If this ends up not holding strong enough, if I find when I'm using this that that this adhesive doesn't hold, then, oh, that doesn't need to go up that high, does it? Well, then I'll come back and I'll replace it with glue instead. But for now, this is what I'm going to do. And I'll put this about right here. Let's see, well, that should work. So this one I'll go down a little bit. Didn't need to be up that high on that side. Oh, hi, hello, that's the wrong side. Let's try again. All right, like this. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that piece in there. As long as I leave paper on, it'll be fine. And let me peel this off, and this off, and this off, and this off, and this, and this. Oh. Come on, paper. There we go, just with the paper, okay. And there we go. And that little extra bit of adhesive there I can just rub off with my finger. There we go, nobody will ever see that. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully that stays. If it starts to come apart, then I'll glue it. But I think for now it's fine. And there we go, that snaps nicely and unsnaps. And I think on the front, like I said, I will, let's see, I've got 4 of these little snowflakes left. Let me place these where I think they might look nice, maybe in the corners, like that, and I'll just hot glue those down. There we go. Give those a second to set. And you guys, my sticker envelope is done. Moment of truth. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I am kind of in love. There you go. And this will fit, as I said, perfectly right in here with my planner. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you decide. I'd love it if you tried to make one of your own. If you have any improvements on the design, please do let me know, because I was kind of doing this on the fly. And if you have any ideas for anything that could be changed or fixed, I'd love to hear them. Thanks for being with me in this segment, and I'll see you again for the next one. Bye. Hey guys, I am here today to do a quick little tutorial for you for printing the Cocoa Daisy free printable artwork onto your plain planner pages. So I've already done this strip. I do a week on 4 pages, so this will be just decorative. This is going to be Monday. I've done this bird Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm going to do this pile of presents right here for Thursday, Friday. Let me show you first all the printable pages. So when you go to Coco Daisy's website, I think up at the top there is a link that says freebies or planner freebies or something like that. And if you click on that, you'll find this PDF file that you can, you have to put it in your cart and buy it, but it's free, it's $0. And so then you get to download it as a PDF. And it has, this one for this month has 9 pages in it. It's got this awesome page that has 3 3x4 cards. It's got this December like bookmark, and I mean, hi, Simon, really. It's got this page, and then like here are like some bird like clip art that you could cut out and fussy cut, but then this is a B6 size dory page. So it's got, there are gray cut lines. Hopefully you can see here, gray cut lines, and at the bottom it says what size page it is. So this is B6 dory. This is printable, this is A5 planner page. This is standard dory planner page. This is what I used to get the bird on right there. This is a personal planner or dory page. I love the trees. I would love to use this artwork page, but it's got a grid on it, and I don't want to put a grid on top of a grid. I think that would look weird. So I think I'm not going to use that, but I'm not sure. I could change my mind. Then we have, this is another personal planner or dory page. Here is a mini dory, and this design, that's where I took this from, like right here. And then this is A5 again. And then this is always, they've started adding this to the back of the printables, which I love. It's there's a card that usually comes in your kit every month that has the name of the kit. This one is Snow Globe. And on the back is a description of the inspiration for the kit. Christine writes a little, a couple of paragraphs about what drew her to these designs and the feeling in the kit. And so they've started adding that page to the back. So the first thing that you are going to want to do is obviously download the printables and pull them up, save them on your computer, and then pull them up as a PDF file with Adobe Acrobat. And then you have to go through and you have to decide which page you want to use. Now, I decided that I wanted the present page, but this stack of presents as it exists is a little bit too big for me. It would come, like it would take up more than half my page. So what I decided to do is I printed this page out at 75%, if I can find it. Here it is. So I just, when I went into my print menu, instead of 100%, I changed it to 75%, and then I printed it out. And then that size is going to be just about perfect for this. So here is basically the basics of what you do. So you sort of take your paper that you want to print on and position it kind of in the spot where you think your artwork is going to be. And it's hard. This one is hard because everything is underneath and I'm having to kind of guess. I can kind of flip up and see. I want it to be, it looks like it's a little bit to one side. So I'm going to try to move that to even it up a little bit. That looks like that would be pretty even. And then you take some washi tape and you tape down the edges. So I don't want any artwork outside of this grid area, so I'm going to put my tape right up against that dark line. Like so. Okay. Then I need to figure out where, because this particular one, I need a pencil. Of course, I am in a room with like nothing to write with, seriously. Hold on, let me go grab a pencil. Okay, here I am. I want the present, but I don't want this. So what I am going to do, I'm going to use this piece of paper to draw a line where that starts. And see, I can see it right there. And actually let me draw it across the rest of the page also. There. So I know that everything above this line needs to be masked off because I want the present, but I don't want this. So from here up, I need to cover that up. And the easiest way I think to do that, that's going to be a whole lot of washi tape. So I think what I'll do is take a piece of paper. There we go. I'm going to just use a piece of paper like that. And I'll washi tape that down as well. Now, I'm also going to have to cover up right here because I don't want this red design on here. So I'm going to basically make sure that the only thing that's showing is the portion of the grid that I want printed on. So I need to washi on this side too. And of course that washi is too wide. I'm going to tear it. There we go. I don't want that hanging off the edge or else it'll never run through the printer correctly. Okay, and then the top of this paper, I don't want this to get caught when it goes to the printer, so I'm going to tape that down as well. That ought to do it. Maybe I'll catch that rough edge too, just in case. Okay. Now, the rest of this I don't care about because my planner page only goes to here. So this is going to get just double printed onto this background paper, and that's fine, as long as the only part showing is the part that I want to put through. So now what I'm going to do is I need to go back into print and current page, and I need to make sure I set it at 75 again, or it'll come out wrong. All right, and now I'm going to run this paper back through the printer. Hold tight. All right, and then here it is. And now this is actually a second run, you guys. The first one did not come out good, so I sent through a second one, and this one looks like it turned out nicely. So watch out, because can you see there's ink like on me here? So just be careful. Keep one hand ink free for holding your paper, and the other hand can be the ink hand for pulling up your washi that has ink on it. Just be careful with that. And there you go. So since I had to do 2 of these, I lost my bird. So I'll have to redo the bird. But basically that is the basics of how you do it. So use paper and washi to mask off the areas that you don't want, and then run through the area you do want, and there you go. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you soon. All right, guys, so let me go ahead and give you a flip through of my completed planner now that it's done. This is a Foxy Fix A6 rings in Spice Sunset. I am filming this at like 5:30 at night. It is pitch black out. I'm using my studio lights, but they're not super bright. If I turn on the overhead light, first of all, it's this hideous yellow color, and then I get a huge shadow from the camera stand. So I apologize if this is a little bit dark. I'm not going to have a weekend to myself for another 2 weeks, so I just got to get this done. So I've got a Fur and You swag on the front. This is a large white poinsettia. I have some charms here from Also, let's see. This one is also from Fur and You. It has a Christmas tree and a flower and a whole bunch of little beads. And then these two are from the Opal Wild. This one, I don't want to say what it's called because I've already forgotten what it's called and I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I love that one. And then this one is also from Nicole at the Opal Wild. There we go. We've got a Santa on one side. So there you go. I also have a bookmark in here from Colibri Charms. Mary Kay does a great job of matching the Cocoa Daisy kits every month, and I'd love to use this as a bookmark. All of my other like bows and charms and stuff I took out for the purpose of the flip. I'm using this awesome sequin pouch from Deanna at So Sweet Stuff. I will do my best to link everything down below. I absolutely love this. It has pink polka dot. How cute is that? So let's go ahead and get into the guts of the planner. So right now my pockets are pretty bare. I need to get some stuff in there. As usual, I have a front piece that I created out of the back cover of the Cocoa Daisy Standard Dory booklet. This is a piece of acetate that I folded in half and then laminated and then cut the top off of. Oh my goodness, it is definitely 5:30 on a Monday. And I put some pieces of paper from the notepad that came in the Cocoa Daisy kit in here. So I've always got these papers handy and I like how the acetate looks there. I've got this cute little Simon card. Look at him. I love this little clear divider pocket. My friend Jen, Happy Place Planning, sent this to me, and I love this because she made it perfectly to fit the size of the card, but also because you can see the front and the back of Simon. He's so cute. My dividers are all from Type A for Alexa on Instagram. She doesn't have an Etsy shop. If you want to order from her, you need to message her through Instagram, so I'll leave her Instagram name down below. But these are also top loading. So there's a pocket and you can slide things in and out of, and I usually just use the Cocoa Daisy papers to slide and decorate there. There's the Yeti. Snow is my favorite. Excuse me, sorry. So the first section is my personal, what I just call personal section, and this is the standard, used to be B6, the standard Dory booklet from Cocoa Daisy that has been cut and punched. The standard booklet is about a little bit, maybe about a third longer, and I end up cutting off the whole bottom third, but I'm able to keep the top 2/3 and all the artwork. The front of it is divided into these gridded sections, and the back of it is divided into like dot grid sections, and so I use these sections one section each for daily gratitude. So every night before I go to bed, the last thing I do is jot down something that I'm grateful for that day. So I have the date dots on here, and I don't generally use any other decoration on these pages. There's so much beautiful artwork, and I just like it clean and simple. So you get about halfway through the month here, actually a little further, there's the 24th, and then we get to some pages in the middle that are not sectioned off. This says exercise tracker. I was going to use this page as an exercise tracker, but then I decided to do something else later. And I could just take this whole thing out, but I don't know, I'm just leaving it there. And then here come those pages again. So the 25th through the 31st is right back here. And that's pretty much all that I do with the Dory right now. I'm not really happy with that. I'm clearly not using it to its potential, but I'm not quite sure what else to do with it because I use a different planner page for my daily planner page. So I need to come up with something else to do with this for January. I'm gonna move my gratitude into my memory book. So if you have any ideas, I'm open to hear them. But anyway, at any rate, here is the end of the Dory booklet. My next section says month, and this is where I keep my monthly calendars. On the back of this dashboard, I just have some of the sticky notes that came in the kit, and they just stick right on there, so they're handy if I need to forward plan anything. I threw away the beginning of September because I'm an idiot. but I have kept the other months in here, and I need to, so that in January I can go back and rewrite down birthdays and things like that. But here's my December monthly layout, and then the rest I have more blank ones through here, January, February, and I think this goes through like maybe April or May. I have enough printed for that. And I've got like birthdays, like I said, birthdays and anniversaries and things like that. And since this ring binder doesn't have a pen loop, I just use one of these binder clips with elastic. And the Cocoa Daisy kit came with a pen this time, but it has a green barrel and these really pretty snowflakes floating up in the top, which I love, but the green barrel, it clashes a little bit with my pink planner. So I pulled out this pen instead. This was a limited offer. This was the Cocoa Daisy wedding pen when Christine got married. And it was offered for sale for a short time. So I got one of these instead. And I think that pink looks nice here. Excuse me. Next is my weekly daily plan. So this section says plans. And I have, this says daily to do. And then I have this fold out divider, and I'm not really sure. My initial idea was to meal plan here, but I'm really a bad meal planner, so I'm not sure right now this is just decoration. I really don't know what to do with this. I just bought this because I thought it was really cool. I've got more sticky notes here in case I need to sticky anything later in the month. So right now I've just got some dashboards in here, the December one. I love this quote here. The rainbow pages come from the personal ring kit. I just cut off the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and just have that. So there you go. And then here come my daily pages. So for the first week, I used my technique that I showed you earlier of printing on the planner pages. So this is December 3rd through 9th. Here's how that first week turned out. These letters are from one of the memory keeping kits. And I really like that. And then today is Monday the 3rd. On Friday, I will be flying to Atlanta to participate in Winter Plannerland. So I went ahead, I'm gonna be back Sunday, but not until the late afternoon. And the last thing I'm gonna wanna do is sit here and plan a week. So I went ahead and planned the week after that. I decided to use some washi and stickers from the Cocoa Daisy sticker sub. So I've got this already ready to go for next week also. And then here's what the planner pages look when they're undecorated. These are from Peanuts Planner Co. So I've got a bunch of those in there. And then at the back here is a habit tracker. I wonder, can you see that? Also from Peanuts Planner Co. So this is a fold out tracker, and I printed a grid on the back in case I want it for something. I just didn't want white paper. So I just put a tab up here that says habits, December 2018. Here are some habits, and then I've got my step tracker down here. So that's why I don't need it up in front anymore. I've got 0 to 4,999, 5,000 to 5,999, et cetera, up to 10,000 plus. And so actually I lied, after I do my gratitude, this is the last thing I do before I go to bed, is put dots in the places where I did what I wanted to do. And what I've seen, I'm stealing this idea from Jen Crowder, who stole it from somebody else, where you connect the dots and make like a line graph. So if I'm doing really well, I want to see most of my dots near the bottom because that's where the 10,000, that's where the high steps are. So we will see how that turns out. There, so there's my habit tracker. Let me slide this back over. I'm trying to see the camera. Next is, this divider says SM for social media, and this is where I keep track of my participation in the Daily Fox Photo Challenge for Foxy Fix and the Cocoa Daisy Planner Challenge. So I'm using different inserts this time. I had been using the content planner inserts from Peanut Planner Co., and now I'm just using, this is just a list insert basically, and I decided to practice my cursive. So I have the Cocoa Daisy Planner Challenge, and then all of the items here. up through the 31st. And then the Daily Fox Photo Challenge is here, also up through the 31st. So each day when I know that I have participated in the challenge, I just check it off. So that is that. Then I have expenses. I am trying to keep track of everything that I buy so that I can be a little bit more cognizant of where my money is going. I have not put anything down yet for today, 12/3, but I will do that as soon as I'm done with this video probably. And then I have a bill tracker. It's not really a tracker, it's just a place to write down my bills for the month. So like for December, my condo fee, my homeowners association dues, my Sprint bill, my mortgage are all coming out of my first paycheck. So those are listed here. And then in the middle of the month, I list out my other bills and pay those. And then that's that. I used to have shop codes insert back here, but really I kind of have memorized all the codes that I use on a regular basis, so I took that out just to save some space. I do have the December calendar back here, but other than that, there's nothing in these pockets right now. I do have in the back pockets, this is the great thing about the Foxy Fix binders. So this is a free printable from Coco Daisy, and it's a gift list printable. And since I use A6, the printable doesn't come in A6 size. So I was experimenting with reducing some of the other sizes, and I found out that A5 printed at 70% is the exact right size, like exactly. But when I tried to print back to back, one side was a little bit off. So what happened was I had a little white strip right here, and then the edges of these words got cut off. So I decided to just print them single-sided, and I attached them to a little bit of cardstock, and I'm keeping these right here in this back pocket so that when I come up with a gift idea or I buy something, I can go ahead and access that and check it off. And then in this pocket, I have printed out the whole schedule for Winter Plannerland on Friday so that I remember what the heck is going on Friday and Saturday. This is going to be my first like big planner conference. I would love to go to Go Wild someday, but oh my gosh, they have to stop having it in May because that is like the worst month ever for a teacher. We have state testing and I just cannot leave. So I'm very excited about Winter Plannerland. So this is my planner for the month. That first page keeps getting caught. There we go. And then let me just show you a quick couple of other things. My wallet for the month is going to be this Foxy Fix Micro in coconut. I have a fox and pip bow on the spine. I have the word peace on the front. I don't think I showed you this one. It says joy in the gold hollow foil. I think you can kind of see the colors. And the bow also. This is just the plain silver, it's not holographic. And I have a bow charm from Peony's Papery. This is the Alice bow, and it is my favorite. I must have 30 or 40 of these in different colors and clips. I just love them. So inside my wallet, I've just got a journaling card. I keep my Sheets gas card. The Simon, whatever the Simon card is in the Coco Daisy classified kit, I always put right up front here in my wallet. So this one has Simon and Betty, which is really cute. And I have a blank dot grid insert in here in case I need to take notes or jot something down. And a wallet insert from Foxy Fix. This is pink peppercorn. My license is under here. My most used credit and debit cards are in here. And then I have this plastic holder from Amazon that holds my other cards like insurance and whatnot. Stamps right here in this pocket, and this little pen from Brighton fits here perfectly. Cash fits perfectly in the back pocket without folding. So there you go, that is my wallet. And then quickly, just a couple of other things. I want to show you some of the goodies that I'm going to be using with this month's kits, planners. So from Coco Daisy came these two clips in this month's kit. I love this one with the tulle. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I shed a hair on there. That's lovely. This multicolor snowflake is so pretty. Also, Coco Daisy sent these, let's see, where's the tree? These clips, and they actually sent 2 of each. So I have 2, 2, and 2. I have my felt flowers, which are also from Fur and You. That's the same company that makes the swag on the front, the poinsettia swag on the front of my planner. Where's the other pink? There it is. I have a ton of these, and every month I just pick out the ones that I think match nicely. This bow came in the Simply Gilded October sub box, and I thought, wow, that pink is going to be really pretty for December, so I hung on to that. Here, like I was saying, that I had a lot of peonies, paperies, Alice bows. I just love them. So I have all these clips in all these different sizes and all these different colors, and they're all perfect with this month. These 2 clips are from Rami over at Lily and Lola Co. They're so cute. I love this one. It matches my sunset almost perfectly, and it's velvet. It's so soft. Here are the other, there's other 3 Cocoa Daisy clips. This also came in the Cocoa Daisy kit, the hot chocolate. I cannot remember where this pink fox came from. Actually, a friend of mine gifted this to me like a year or 2 ago. So I'm not sure where this comes from. If any of you out there have this, maybe you will know. This is from Katie Jo Collections on Etsy. Oh, this is also from Lily and Lola Co. I just love this. And my planner pops, I adore these. These are from Crystal at the Peach Palmetto. These, I just can't even tell you how amazing they are. They are just freaking gorgeous. I have a blue one also and a pink one on order that I think I might actually get to pick up in person at Winter Plannerland. I'm so excited. And then I have a couple of, this clip is from a shop that's no longer in business, unfortunately. This one I can't remember, came with somewhere. This little kitty cat is from Made with Love Crafter. So there you go. These are the goodies, little clips and doodads that I am using with my planner this month. And sometimes I put these in as like actual bookmarks. Sometimes I just put them in as decorations. Sometimes they're just photo props. And sometimes I just carry them around because they're fun to look at and play with. So there you go. Putting all these back in here. This photo box is actually perfect for holding them because even the pops, it's the perfect height for them. And this can go in my tote bag with me and everything stays pretty safe. So there you go. That is my complete lineup and how everything came out. Thank you so much, as always, for being with me and sticking through all of this. I hope you found something useful to you in this big long video, and I look forward to seeing you again in January. Bye everybody.